How many FBS football teams have you seen play in person over the course of your life? This was a tweet that was going around recently. Ferg somehow has seen 74. I'm gonna have to ask him about that. I don't think we can get there. I've thought about this a little bit, and then I was like, oh, let's record it later. So let's see. Let's go through. Let me just try to see how many I've got. So here, let me open this. This is Torch adjacent. This will have to be a bonus episode because this is not a Torch sport. But yeah, if you're listening on audio, this might be a better video episode. This is all the helmets for all the D1 FBS teams. How many have I actually seen? Let's go through it. Let's see. All right. What we got to do a check mark and a X. So we will use Eastern Michigan green for a check mark. No, Marshall. We're using Marshall green. And we will use Fresno State Bulldogs red for incorrect. Let's see if I can start a new layer here. Excuse me. I'm trying to lighten this up so it'll look better. Yeah, let's see. Air Force is going to be a no right out the gate. I can tell you that. Here we go. This way our X and our check will look better. Let's grab that Marshall green again. All right. Air Force out the gate. That's going to be a no. Akron, that's a no. I don't think so. I haven't seen Akron. I have seen the TAD, the University of Alabama. Have I seen UAB? I think so. Maybe not. Didn't Auburn? No. Auburn played Samford recently. Samford on this list? Unless I'm blanking, I don't think I've seen UAB. App State, haven't seen App State. Have not seen Arizona State. I have seen Arkansas. I have seen Arkansas State. Several. I'm trying to think of which of these is going to be the most random game. Have not seen Army. Saw Auburn. Saw Ball State. Remember that one? Remember Auburn? I'm remembering a very cold one from a few years ago. It might have been 2009. Really cold. Kentucky's going to be 2009. Okay, Baylor. I was not there. Didn't see that one. Boise State, no. Boston College, no. Bowling Green, no. BYU, no. Buffalo. Why does it say SUNY? State University of New York. Is Buffalo a SUNY? SUNY? I don't think Auburn has played Buffalo. Cal, saw them. Fernando. UCF, I saw that. That was at the. I was actually at the Georgia Dome game as a civilian, actually, because I was working in Texas at the time. Central Michigan, no. Cincinnati, no. Clemson, 2010. I did not see the other one, the more recent, like the no. What? Anyway, the recent one where they played three quarterbacks. I wasn't there for that. Not Colorado, not Coastal Carolina. Colorado State, no. UConn, no. Don't even know. If you told me UConn didn't have football, I'd probably believe you. Delaware, no. Duke, nope. ECU, no. That'd be a great one for Auburn to pick up. Eastern Michigan, no. Florida, check. FAU, no. FIU, no. Florida State, no. Fresno State, no. Georgia, yes. Georgia Southern. Has Georgia Southern played Auburn recently? Georgia State. Oh, my God. The best win of the Brian Harsin era. Georgia State. I'm going to put no because, all right, the way we should play is if I remember it. If I don't remember it, it doesn't count. Georgia Tech, yes. I think I would have been there in either 03. What did they play? 02 and 03? I think I was there. You know what? I can't remember it for sure, so I'm going to put no. Hawaii, no. Some Alabama fans have that one. Houston, check. Yes, that was awful. Birmingham, Paul. Illinois, no. Indiana, no. Iowa, no. Iowa State, no. Jack State. I've seen Jack State. Oh, yeah. That was 2011 overtime, right? James Madison, no. Kansas, no. Kansas State, yes. Antonio Coleman, fumble, sack, fumble, touchdown. That was a good one. Kennesaw State. Auburn hasn't played Kennesaw State, have they? So there's going to be some Auburn for me, but hopefully we'll get to some. I saw some stuff in Texas too, some Texas Tech opponents, but it wasn't Kent State. Kentucky. When I see Kentucky, the first thing that comes to my mind is Randall Cobb beating Auburn in 2009. It was freezing cold. Liberty, no. Raging Cajuns? No. Maybe? Probably. I bet. I bet. ULM is a yes. LSU is a yes. La Tech? I had to. Yes. I've seen Auburn play La Tech. It had to have been a while back, but I was not at the Louisville one. Not Marshall. Maryland bowl game. Did I go to that one? No. No, I was not at that Maryland bowl game. You must know. Memphis. Funny story about Memphis. I was supposed to go to the Birmingham Bowl with Auburn and Memphis. What happened was I was actually catching a flight to come in. I was just on vacation. I was in Texas. I was coming on vacation. I was like, why don't I just fly into Birmingham that morning? My friend picked me up. I need a ride from either Montgomery, Atlanta, or Birmingham. Why don't I just fly to Birmingham? And then my friend was going, and he could give me a ride down, and it'd be fine. I'd fly back out from Montgomery or Atlanta. And I was in Houston. I'll tell you why in a minute. Well, I can tell you now because it was LSU. I was in Houston for an LSU Texas Tech bowl game. And I got up that morning, and I got to the airport at like 5 a.m., and TSA was just, it wasn't happening. And I had to move to the next flight. So I did not actually see Memphis when I could have. Miami's a no. Miami of Ohio? No. Michigan? No. Michigan State? No. I feel like Auburn and Michigan State are kind of kindred spirits. They should play each other. Unless I'm dumb, like unless I've got no ball knowledge and I'm missing some of these. Middle Tennessee, I don't think so. Minnesota, check. Ole Miss, check. Mississippi State, check. Missouri, check. Oh, God. You know the first one that comes to mind from Missouri. I've not been at Missouri, though. I've not been there. Navy, no. Nebraska, a bowl game. Played them in a couple bowl games, but I did not attend. No. Nevada. That's what I say. UNLV's a no, but New Mexico is such a. Oh my God! Right? Or was it New Mexico State? It was New Mexico State, right? Am I thinking about New Mexico State instead of New Mexico? Holy cow! Holy cow! What a disaster. UNC. No, I have been to the UNC campus, but it was not football. It was not football. And I've not seen that football team. Charlotte, no, it was the baseball for Auburn's first run under Butch Thompson to the College World Series. Super Regional was in North Carolina. NC State, no. North Texas, no. NIU feels right, but I don't know. Northwestern. Minnesota was at the bowl game. Northwestern's a bowl game. That was an Outback Bowl that Auburn won 5 times. But was there another one? All right, I'm cheating now. I'm looking stuff up. Citrus Bowl in 2021. Was I there in 2021? COVID? Did I not feel like traveling because of COVID? I may not have traveled because of COVID. Or just not because of COVID, but because we weren't traveling to games anyway. So it's we weren't even getting approved for credentials were limited back then. So I may not have gone because of COVID. Okay, Notre Dame, nope. Ohio University, no. Ohio State, no. Oklahoma, check. Oklahoma State, no. Old Dominion, no. That's another spiritual Auburn opponent that they should play. Oregon, yes. Bo Nix in Dallas. Oregon State, no. Penn State, yes. Oh, God. What a disaster. Pitt, yes. Pitt, actually. I saw Pitt play SMU, who's right below them here, in the Birmingham Bowl, and Eric Dickerson signed my ticket stub. I have a signed Birmingham Bowl ticket stub from Eric Dickerson, just because again, it was Christmas, and me and a buddy had nothing to do, so we went to the Birmingham Bowl, and it was Pitt and SMU, and again, on the sideline, Eric Dickerson was just hanging out by the gate, and there was just a huge line of people, and he was just signing everything he saw. So we just handed him our ticket stub, and he signed it. So I have a ticket, ticket stub. Purdue, yes, Music City Bowl. Rice, no. Rutgers, no. Sam Houston State, don't think so. See, I'm not remembering many of the Texas Tech games. So when I was in Texas and like covering Texas Tech, I covered Texas Tech, LSU, and Houston as a bowl game. I covered Texas Tech, TCU. Let's just go ahead and do our Texas run here. TCU, Texas Tech, TCU. I covered a Texas Tech UTEP game. There they are. So that's some Texas schools. If I ever went, I wouldn't have traveled. You know, Odessa was 2 hours away, and we wouldn't have covered one of the tune-up games. It would only been big ones. So yeah, I don't know. I don't think San Diego State, no. San Jose State. That San Jose State feels right. Why does San Jose State feel right? Auburn versus San Jose State. Why does this feel right? This feels right. This feels recent. 2022? 2022. This is just some bad Harsin game that sucked. This has been erased from my memory. This is not. I don't remember this at all. Hold on. What's happening? I don't remember this at all. 2022, 24-16. Let's look at the comments. Excessive penalties, offensive line was dismal, and the secondary was absolutely awful. If the issues aren't fixed soon, it's going to be an ugly season for Auburn War Eagle. Yeah, I bet. So I stopped watching at halftime. Thought Auburn was going to play bad and lose an ugly one. Glad they put their act together and pulled out the win. Brother. Robbie Ashford. Okay, well, all right. I don't remember that game, but I was probably there. South Alabama. Yeah. Yeah. Right? Yeah. You got 2025 last year. You guys are learning that I do not have the steel trap mind that a lot of the other reporters do, bro. Last year, barely remember that. I was absolutely there, though. South Carolina. Now, I remember watching the UCF Auburn game that Auburn lost in 2005. I remember watching that on TV. So I know I wasn't there for that. And there's no other results. So I did not attend that one in person. Southern Miss, yeah, there's been Southern Miss games. Stanford, no. Syracuse, yes, Syracuse. Double overtime or something. That would have been in 2000 or 2002. Because the return trip to New York was actually in 2001, like soon after 9/11. I had no idea about that until I was working at OA, and Jordan Hill did a really good feature. We talked to Jason Campbell about it, and they were talking about the security that was there. That's one of those games that kind of gets lost to time because Auburn didn't win. There's a lot of really classic games that Auburn University doesn't talk about them because they lost them, but it's the fans' job and the reporter's job to kind of keep the stories alive, right? Temple. It feels like it, but no, there's nothing on coming up. Not on Google Images. Men's basketball in 2017. No Temple. I wouldn't have seen them play Texas Tech either. Tennessee, yes, I was actually in attendance in Knoxville for the 2009 game, which was like Lane Kiffin versus Gene Chizik year one. That's that's a game I'd love to watch again. Texas, I have seen Texas. I've been to DKR. I went to Texas Tech at Texas in DKR. Not impressed with that environment. A&M, speaking of not impressed with that environment, look, I'm sure A&M gets crazy in the night games and when you get it, but like I think I went twice, and both times it was an 11 a.m. kickoff, and Auburn Gus just spanked them, and it was. I mean, it was nothing. So I don't. I think Texas A&M must have a high ceiling. I can't speak to it, and a low floor because I mean it was nothing when we were there. Texas State, don't think so. Toledo? Nah. Troy, no. Tulane? Tulane, yeah. Tulane for sure. What is this? 2019? Tulane? Yeah. I feel like there's more games, though. More than just that. Oh, we got a Wikipedia page. Auburn Tulane rivalry. 2006. I might be remembering the '06 game more than the 2019 game. Not gonna lie to you. Okay, where was I? Tulane's a yes. Tulsa. Tulsa? Am I crazy? Tulsa? Basketball? No. Oh, basketball. The most recent Auburn basketball game. UCLA? No. USC? Check. I was there in 2003 when Auburn pooed the bed. UTSA? No. Utah? No. Utah State? Check. Yes. That team had word to Bobby Wagner. Word to, man, who was on that team? Chucky Keaton. Robert Turbin, bro. Those are three really good players on that team. Vanderbilt, yes, I feel like we're in Vanderbilt every 5 minutes. Virginia, I don't think I went to that bowl game in Atlanta. I don't think I was there. I really don't. I don't know why. Maybe that was when I was in Texas. But no. Virginia Tech, not sure. Wake Forest, no. Washington, yes, in Atlanta. Washington State, yes. Mike Leach's Washington State came to Auburn. West Virginia rain game, yep. Western Kentucky, yes. Are we gonna clean sweep the bottom? No, we're not. Western Michigan would be a no. Wisconsin. Is there a more recent bowl game than the old one I'm thinking about? Gosh. 2015 Outback Bowl. Melvin Gordon. I don't think I was there. I don't think I traveled. And Wyoming, I don't think is a yes. I think. No, wait, a Rudy Johnson game. Was I there? Or do I just remember this clip? I don't know. I can't say for sure. I cannot say for sure. But I was 2000 the Syracuse double overtime? 2002. All right. So I'm gonna have to give Wyoming a no because I don't know for sure. All right, what do we got? Final tally here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 40, 41, 42, 43, 44, 45, 46, 47. That is more than I thought, dude. Holy cow. 47. That's more than I thought. And a lot of missed opportunities here. A lot of bowl games I didn't go to, or like especially Florida bowl games. Holy cow. Is anyone getting added this year? I don't know. I don't focus on football anymore. Hello, can you say something?
Something.
There he is. Jordan Hill, what's your number? Tell me.
45 is what I came up with.
It sneaks up on you, doesn't it? Because I didn't think I'd have that many, but then I did. I had 40. I actually have 47. Earlier I had 40. I have 48. Actually, earlier I thought I had 47, but between doing this and calling you, I definitely saw New Mexico like last year or the year before last. What'd you think? Are you surprised? I don't know. Ferg had like 71, and I'm like, okay, I'm not gonna get that many. I thought I'd have like 30 something.
I had a hard time remembering. Like I did a lot of Googling to go back, and a lot of it on one side was, all right, let me look at the schedules of the teams I've covered. And I think it kind of helped me, Lee, that I had Georgia and Auburn.
Yeah,
I mean,
right.
like I've had years covering Georgia and years covering Auburn. But there's several of these I'd like to like go back and try to find old ticket stubs because when I was younger, we might go to like one Georgia game, maybe two Georgia games a year, and a lot of those times they were playing like North Texas. I'm looking at my list,
Right.
Coastal Carolina, but those all run together in my head. I know the one that I remember of like kind of that variety, Georgia playing Central Michigan. I only remember that because No. Sean Moreno hurdled a guy
Oh,
in that game,
nice.
and like that was the only memorable thing. But no, it was neat. It really made me sit and think quite a bit. What's cool looking at the list, my list again. I said I had 45. I think if I got it right, the only SEC team I have not seen live at this point is Oklahoma, and then that'll change in week 4.
Oh, nice.
So no, it was a fun brain, a very fun thought exercise because a lot of these Winsipedia got a lot of clicks from me today because I was like, these two teams played, and then I just kind of like switched between Georgia and Auburn to try to jog my memory.
Yeah, I've been trying not to look it up, and there might be some of these that I just missed or whiffed, but like, yeah, like there's one like Auburn played Wyoming in 2000, and like Rudy Johnson had this famous run, and like I don't know, I was 9 years old, but I feel like I was there, but it might just be the YouTube clip playing in my brain. Because we were at we were at an overtime Syracuse game. I distinctly remember being around that time. Which I dropped your name earlier. I didn't even think about I was going to call you. But I was talking about the 2001 game with Syracuse that you did that feature on.
Right.
But yeah, the game in Auburn, I remember being there with my dad, and it was like double overtime. And I feel like I remember what Wyoming in the same way, but I don't know. So
Yeah,
I was
my
kind of like, only if I for sure remember am I gonna click check.
Yeah, that's where I was too, because I remember distinctly a Georgia Troy game from like the 2000s, and I'm like,
Yeah.
but the more I thought about it, like I think I'm remembering being in my parents' garage and like my dad having it on the radio. I'm like, because again, I didn't really start going to games regularly until I was a student. So
Right.
yeah, there's a few of those that are a maybe, and I know my dad wouldn't remember.
Yeah.
So I tried to lean more. If I didn't know for sure, I did not mark it.
Bro, you know me. They'll be like, I'm like, South Alabama. I don't think so. And then they played them last year.
Well,
Like,
those were
I
some
was
of the those
absolutely
were
there, and I just forget, bro. Like, I don't know.
well, that was my experience with some of Georgia's non-con, and it was like a lot of the cupcake ones because I was like, all right, UMass. I remember Andy Isabella, I think was the receiver who wound up playing in the NFL for a little bit. And I was like, was I at that game? And then I was like, oh, they played him. I think it was 2 years ago now, which was much more recent. I'm like, oh yeah, maybe if I just look at the schedule and maybe even look at the work I've done. But nah, I'm not gonna do
Nah,
that.
I don't know, dude. You would have Marshall from last year, right?
Yes,
I'm
I got
jealous of that
Marshall.
one. That's one I don't have. I would love to see a Hawaii one day. That would be cool. Obviously in Hawaii, but just Hawaii at anybody would be cool. My most random one is me and my friend Jake, who went to SMU. Why am I blanking? SMU Pitt at the Birmingham Bowl, and Eric Dickerson signed our ticket stub. But that's my most random combo is SMU Pitt. So like, yeah, you see SMU, you would think that'd be a Texas Tech game, but it was not.
Yeah, looking at the list, and I think you saying that might have jogged my memory. I might be at 46. I'm trying to look if I crossed this team off earlier. Yeah, I think I'm at 46 because I had a friend who went to Georgia Tech, and we went to a few Georgia Tech games, and so I didn't have Jacksonville State. That's probably the most random one because I didn't really like
Yeah,
Kennesaw State wasn't around when I was younger,
yeah.
and
I don't have Kennesaw State either.
so Georgia Tech, Jacksonville State's probably the most random one. So bump my number to 46 because that was one that maybe I just repressed it because I went to Georgia and went to some Georgia Tech games.
Okay, so you're at 46. Yeah, this one I had 47, and then between calling you, I was like, oh, they played New Mexico like a minute ago, and I was definitely there. But yeah, there's a lot of missed opportunities. Like obviously Baylor didn't go, not going this year. A lot of Florida, a lot of Big Ten opponents that Auburn plays in some Florida bowl game, like Nebraska and Wisconsin, and it's like I could have gone, but I didn't. But yeah, I'm interested to see how Ferg has like 70. Like what? What's he doing?
Yeah, you saying that too, which I feel like now I'm just trying to beat you, but I definitely remembered another one, Houston, and I only remember
Yeah.
that because that was who Auburn lost to, and then Dana Holgerson tried to run Brian Hartson out of the press conference.
Yeah, and you know what? Team Dana.
Yeah, no, very much, very much. But I was thinking about it too. I was like, I think I can get some Big Ten, some ACC schools, and then I remember like, well, when I was on the Auburn beat, one, you guys made a lot of the bowl trips, but two, when it was me solo, there wasn't a lot of bowl trips while I was there.
That's true. Yeah, I didn't even think you were there for the Houston game, but yeah, you were. Because we
Yeah,
podcasted afterward on the way. Remember, it was windy, and I was like
I
covering the
remember.
mic.
Yeah, and I remember I think it rained on the way there, and it was like this is the most Birmingham Bowl. Like
It was
this is
miserable.
exactly how this game should be played.
And I
Derogatory.
forgot my charger, and you were pissed. You were like, "Lee, how does that happen?"
That doesn't sound like.
I forgot my computer charger to a football game, and I had to borrow Jeff Shearer's.
Yeah, that doesn't sound like me getting mad. I couldn't. I couldn't. You must be confusing me with
You're
somebody
like,
else.
"How does this happen?"
But it also really spoke to like everybody wanted that season done. I
We
mean, I
were
remember
grumpy,
there
bro.
were
We were grumpy.
there were bowl availability. I think the day before Christmas or 2 days before Christmas for that game, and I was like, I'm not driving to Birmingham for this.
No, right. All right, Jordan. Well, think of a couple more so you can win. But
Yeah, no. Oh yeah, it just hit me. I definitely saw UCLA. I Beasley now.
I went to Hawaii and saw Eastern Michigan at Hawaii that time.
How did I forget Georgia Delaware? I mean, that was one of my favorite memories with my dad.
I actually was Colt Brennan's roommate that time, and I saw all of the WAC teams that year. Anyway.
Yeah, R.I.P. Colt Brennan.
Yeah. Oh man, I forgot about that. Anyway. All right, buddy. Thank you. I'm gonna try to get Ferg in, so we'll keep it short.
Love it.
Yeah, man. Talk to you soon.